The most dangerous belief in personal finance isn't that you can't get rich. It's that you need to wait until the end of the month to see if you did. In 2026, the financial grid has accelerated to a point where waiting 30 days for a paycheck is no longer just inconvenient. It's a liability. We've been conditioned to think of income as a monthly event. But what if the most resilient financial system isn't one that pays you on the 1st and the 15th, but one that pays you every single day? For decades, the structure of work was industrial. You traded time for a lump sum. But the architecture of modern finance has quietly shifted. We are moving from a world of settlement delays to one of instant algorithmic distribution. The concept of getting paid is decoupling from the clock-in, clock-out model and attaching itself to systems that operate 24/7. To understand this shift, we have to look at where value is created, not just where it is stored. The tension lies in a fundamental misconception that passive income requires a massive upfront investment or a stroke of genius. This creates a barrier. People assume the path is to save $1 million to generate interest or to build a business over 5 years to sell. But this ignores the liquidity of attention, data, and digital infrastructure. The real friction isn't capital, it's the delay between action and reward. If you are paid once a month, you are effectively lending your labor to an institution, interest-free, for 30 days. The non-obvious truth is that the most powerful passive income streams in this era are not about owning assets that appreciate slowly. They are about owning access to velocity. Velocity is the speed at which money moves through a system. If you can position yourself as a node in a high-velocity network, whether that's digital real estate, computational power, or intellectual property, you don't just collect a share of the profit. You collect a share of the flow. And flow happens daily. Idea 1. Consider the first idea: high-yield liquidity pools. Traditional savings accounts are archaic. In 2026, decentralized finance protocols and institutional-grade cash management accounts allow you to act as a liquidity provider. You are essentially renting out the utility of your stable assets to institutions that need immediate settlement. The yield is calculated in real time, and the interest accrues to your account every 24 hours. You aren't waiting for a quarterly dividend. You are being compensated for the utility of your capital right now. Idea 2. The second stream is often overlooked: digital infrastructure leasing. We think of real estate as physical property, but the cloud is the new urban center. You can lease out high-performance computing nodes, the infrastructure that powers AI training and rendering. This isn't crypto mining, it's utility. Large language models and rendering farms need distributed processing power. By owning a fraction of that computational infrastructure, you are paid daily for the cycles you contribute. It's a landlord for the digital age. Idea 3. The third idea hinges on intellectual property that operates on a micro-licensing model. Forget writing a book and waiting for royalties once a quarter. In 2026, micro-assets, specific prompts, AI model weights, or niche datasets, are licensed by the second. If you create a specialized dataset for a specific industry, every time a query uses that dataset, a micropayment flows to you. It turns knowledge into a utility, not a product. You are paid for access, not ownership. Idea 4. The final and perhaps most subtle stream is what we call algorithmic arbitrage of attention. This is not about being an influencer. It is about owning the distribution channels for niche, high-value communities. By curating and automating a digital asset, a newsletter, a private feed, a curated data stream, that solves a specific pain point for a specific group, like commercial real estate brokers or biomedical researchers, you set up a recurring subscription model. The catch? You don't manage it manually. You use AI agents to maintain the value. The payment is processed instantly upon renewal, creating a daily cycle of revenue that requires zero active time. This shifts the perspective from "how do I make money?" to "how do I build a system that operates without me?" The turning point is recognizing that your financial life doesn't have to be a series of discrete events. It can be a continuous stream. The psychology of this is profound. When you see a deposit hit your account every morning, your relationship with risk changes. You stop making decisions from a place of scarcity, where you need a lump sum to survive the month. You start making decisions from a place of abundance, where you are optimizing for efficiency. The future of finance isn't about the size of your paycheck at the end of the month, It's about the consistency of the current flowing into your life every day. These 4 ideas, liquidity pools, digital infrastructure, micro-licensing, and algorithmic attention, share a common thread. They remove the friction of time. They transform income from a destination into a constant. The goal isn't just to build wealth. It's to build a system so resilient, so automated, that you are paid not for the work you did yesterday, but for the value you created that exists in the system today. Every day, at dawn. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more finance insights.